Hey guys, hello. Magandang umaga, hapon, gabi. Anong oras na mag-video na to? Yan. By the way, Happy New Year ha. Sinushoot ko to ngayon ng December 31st. Yan. So special yung ating location. Sa rooftop ako ngayon ng pinagkatrabahuhan ko. So yan ha. Kitang-kita rito yan ang yan. Ito ang Panar. Yan, Panar. Yan yung diyan nag-aaral yung mga Muslim. Yan parang school nila. At yan yung business district, tinatawag namin itong West Bay area ng Doha, Qatar. Yan ang business district dito sa Qatar. Yan, ganda. So yan. Welcome po sa aking segment na to, Reflection at 13. Yan, natatapos na po ang Reflection at 16 ngayon. At babasahin natin itong The Genius of the Poor. Yeah, right? So Robert Invest po, coming here from Doha, Qatar. So, yan. Natapos na ang 2016 ngayong araw na to and looking forward for 2017. Lord God, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng blessing, lahat ng pagsubok. At ganun din sa inyo, right? So, basahin na natin. Last time, nag-end tayo. Ikababa ko lang ng konti, ha? Alright, okay na ba yan? So, yan. Hindi maganda yung naging setting ko. Last time, nag-end tayo sa Another Kind of Hero. So ngayon nandito na tayo sa The Poor Are Not Lazy. Right? Saan ko na? So I guess I got lucky because I am only one in the family to make it. Benji's continues, sabi niya. So his lucky break came in the form of hard manual labor. After a few weeks of living in the streets, he found work in a construction site. The first month was tough as it wasn't paid. So I had to work without eating, just drinking water whenever or wherever I could. The good thing is that at least I could sleep in a site rent-free. So at least rent-free yung nagtatrabaho ni Benji. Our proximity in age allows me to make certain parallels so far. Benji's story has only reached the age when he was 13, and yet this already revealed remarkable resourcefulness and courage. At an age when I was enjoying the expected rights of any teenager, education, sports, and odd youthful crush, Benji was all alone figuring out how to stay alive. So parang pinakikita niya yung difference nilang dalawa ni Benji at that age, di ba? So deprived of normal childhood and regular education, the poor are sometimes perceived to be ignorant, right? So remembering the last time, just a few days previously, that I was ripped off by a Manila taxi driver, I find it ironic that Benji had been wishing or rising up to such experience almost 20 years earlier. Maybe he, in his early teens, was already more street savvy than I am today, right? So either way, when I am compare his upbringing to mine, I begin to wonder who the truly ignorant one is. So Benji goes on to tell me how alone and unsupported he tried desperately to gain foothold for himself in Manila, holding down the multiple jobs both in construction and as a cleaner. He left home before dawn every single morning, usually coming home late at night, if at all, right? So I thought that if I work hard enough, I would no longer be poor. This was Benji's plan at the time, and to an extent, it worked. He had to foresight to save enough money, something his peers rarely did, and managed to fulfill some of his aspirations. Okay, so he bought a simple property in a rundown area, married, and had a child. He soon discovered, however, that life is not quite as straightforward as he had hoped. So, more than 10 years after he initially left home, word soon got around that he had started to do well for himself. So, my family came asking for money. Kasi medyo okay na yung kanyang parang yung rumor or usap-usapan sa producer nila. So, I had been blessed with good fortune, and so it was now my responsibility to help them expense. Soon Benji found himself sending money to his parents back to his hometown and supporting his brothers and sisters, both unemployed, who had recently arrived in Manila. So in the end, I lost everything. He tells me the property Benji had bought was within a squatter territory, and it was eventually seized by an original landowner. who was not the slum's managing agent Benji had been paying. He realized that he had no legal rights whatsoever in his property. Overnight, his investment was lost. Right? Tingnan mo na, tingnan mo na kayo. So nawala yung investment ni Benji. Okay? So, but Benji didn't just lose his hard-earned investment. Financial hardship contributed to the breakup of his family too. With money a priority, Benji's wife sought a job in Abu Dhabi. Shortly after they got married, 5 years on, he was seen her just ever since. She used to send money to me too. Now she only sent it to my daughter, he tells me, seemingly eager to skirt out the subject as quickly as possible. Something isang pinagkakaunawaan ng kanyang asawa. So Benji does become more emotional when he gets a picture of his 5-year-old daughter out of his wallet. Unable to provide for her, or he has left her in cares of his wife's parents. About 3 hours bus ride from his own home. It breaks my heart that I can't provide for her as I should. And then the bus fare is so expensive that I can only afford to see her at most twice a year. He tells me. Moved by an brotherly concern for him, I offer Benji an expensive bus fare, just 180 pesos, roughly $4, knowing deep down that it will take a lot more than that to bring his broken family back together. So sabi ni Benji dito, it breaks my heart that I can't provide for her or for his daughter as I should. So, life, yan. Tapos muna tayo doon. So, the next is breaking the chain of poverty. So, ano ba yung aking ano dito? Aking reflection. So, na-reflection ko maganda ang paligid. New Year na. So, yun. Maraming salamat. Pero siyempre, doon sa story ni Ben, at pinag-uusapan kami lang ni Tom. Siguro yung experience ni Benji na from the time na umalis sa kanilang tahanan, tapos pakasakali siya sa Manila, nagtrabaho, hard work, nagkaroon ng maganda kahit paano umangat ang buhay, then suddenly nagkaroon na naman ng problema. Ang buhay talaga is like parang gulong. But as long as na kumakapit ka and as long as you're positive sa buhay, and eventually life will be okay. So kasi hindi naman lahat smile ka palagi. Kaya meron din pagkakataon na susubukan tayo, and it's happening, nangyayari yan sa bawat isa. And I guess just like the sun, gaya ng araw, we just have to sisikat sa bukas. Ayan, bubog siya ngayon kasi alas 4 na, 4:30 na, at sisikat siya bukas. So it's just have the way we are. Kumbaga, we just have to be thankful na makatutulog tayo ngayon at magigising tayo bukas. Kasi we don't know really exactly na kailan daw mag-i-end yung ating buhay. Kasi sabi nga dun sa yung sa Mass, sa Bible, yung reading ba yun na darating siya na para magnanakaw. Ang aking understanding o aking perception yun is it's death actually. Kasi dumadating niya na para magnanakaw. And that's the time we're going to meet our Creator. That's the time na bababa siya at tutuhanin tayo. So, just be thankful about life. Whatever circumstances siguro mayroon tayo ngayon, you just have to work and to be happy. Be happy with the family, gawin ang mga dapat gawin. Huwag tamad, alright? So, yun lang siguro. So, thank you guys, and hopefully nagustuhan niyo yung view sa ating likuran. Yan, ang Jose Rooftop ngayon. Happy New Year, and I pray that your life will be blessed. Alright? Maraming salamat. God bless you. Take care. Basta, just be happy. Okay? Ano ba ang problem? Here's a solution. Anyway, saka natin pag-usapan yan. Next year na lang. So, thank you. God bless.